What is going on, everybody? In today's video, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to see, can platooning a team win you a World Series in MLB The Show 22? So the rules for today's episode is that I cannot pick a player who has over 70 contact and 70 power one way and has above 50 both on the other way. Basically, I'm going to be picking guys who are dominant versus one hand, whether it's a lefty or a righty, and we're going to be platooning them. You guys should know how that works. Alrighty guys, so for this video I'm just going to pick a random team here from the selection. Alright, we get the Angels. For this video guys, it's important to note that we are going to be doing a fantasy draft so I can pick my team here. I think my objective here is I'm going to take a lot of pitching early on and then take a lot of the platoon guys late because a lot of them aren't the highest overalls. So I have a feeling I can get a lot of them later on, and we got to get some pitching if we are going to be platooning. Alrighty, so the draft is over, and yeah, we finished with a second-ranked team. As you can see, our pitching is number one. Our defense and speed are pretty good, but our contact and power are not very good. And yeah, let's see why. So as you can see here, basically all of my first picks were all pitchers. And not even all of these guys were like first picks. Some of these guys were literally just late rounders that were higher overalls. But then we get into our offensive side of things. Kevin Kiermaier will be our everyday center fielder. I couldn't really find somebody I wanted to platoon there, so Kevin Kiermaier it is. There's also a couple guys here who don't really fit the criteria of being a platoon guy, but I'm still going to use them as platoon. So, like Mike Yastrzemski was on the fence. He has 50 contact versus left, but I'm not going to bat him versus left, so I figured that would be okay. I also have guys who are retired like Ryan Zimmerman, but he crushes lefties and he was a good first baseman. I got extremely late. I know he'll regress, but I'm okay with that. Alright, so the guys, I think this is the lineup I'm going to be rocking against righties. I mean, this just looks the best to me. I didn't draft him on the shortstop, which was a big mistake because I don't really have anybody on this bench who can hit righties who can also play short. So we're kind of in trouble with shortstop. I mean, I guess I could move Joey Wendell there and then bring somebody else in, but Culberson isn't going to be any better than having Nico Goodrum in there, so I think we'll just leave Nico in there for now. And then this is what our lineup versus left is looking like. Once again, just not very good, but it takes all of our lefties basically out of the lineup minus Kevin Kiermaier and Yastrzemski, and I don't really have anyone to replace them, so they'll stay in versus left. So this team doesn't have a lot of power, and our pitching is good, but I don't know if it's going to be good enough to win us a World Series, but let's check. Let's see how game one goes here with this team. Alright, we lost 3-0, so offense is going to be an issue. Second game is a loss as well. Hey, man, we finally get our first win, 2-1. Yeah, I can see right now that offense going to be a problem. Alrighty, I'll see you guys at the All-Star break, and we'll check in on how the team's doing then. Alrighty, so we're here at the All-Star break, and shockingly enough, this team is above 500. Now, we ran into some rough patches there, but the beginning of our season was awful. And then we had a great month. I believe it was May. Yeah, May we had a great month in. Like I said, the beginning of our season, not very good. May was a good month. This month was kind of just a 50-50 month. And then we kind of got a little shaky into the All-Star break. But so far, we're still above 500. Let's go see how our players are doing. Alrighty, so pitching-wise, Garrett Cole's looking good. Zach Wheeler looks good. Robbie Ray, good. Alright, good numbers from everybody. Yikes, Carlos Martinez, yikes. But good numbers from all of our starters. I like to see that. Alright, our relief pitchers here. We got Devin Williams looking good. McHugh, pretty decent. Tyler Rogers. And Loops rough. Kind of figured that would happen. Brad Hand isn't any good. And, yeah, our bullpen is kind of rough. But, hey, not the worst. Kittredge, however, is doing great, as I expected. He always does really good in sim. This is a guy you have to go pick up if you can. Alright, now for the offense, we have 3 catchers in the majors. I don't know why I did not call anybody up, but Tom Murphy, not a lot of appearances, but he's doing okay for what he is. Omar Narvaez is doing good, considering we're platooning him versus righties only. And Tony got called up and he doesn't play. Okay. Gavin Sheets having himself a decent year. I feel like he's getting a lot of bats versus lefties because I feel like his numbers should be better, but maybe he's just not having a good sim. Ryan Zimmerman's old self doing pretty good with his role of platooning against lefties. John Birdie, whatever. Culberson's on the IL, which means Joey Wendell's getting a majority of play, and Joey Wendell is making it work. Nico Goodrum, yikes. Cutchin versus lefties, yikes. Lamont Wade Jr. versus righties is actually really letting me down. I was hoping for a lot more out of him. Kevin Kiermaier, yikes. And Yaz is on the IL, and he wasn't doing great to begin with. How about Calhoun? Yikes. Alright, so the pitching is going to have to carry this team, it looks like, because our hitting is not great. I mean, it's good enough to get it done. I mean, we're winning games, but yikes. I'll see you guys at the end of the season. And just like that, the boys won the division. What a season. Garrett Cole cooled off in the second half, but still a good year. Zach Wheeler had a great year. Robbie Ray, good enough. Devin Williams, not bad. Mike Clevenger, not bad. McHugh struggled in the second half. That ain't great. Kyle Hendricks struggled in the second half, but had a really good season regardless. Tyler Rogers had a good season. Kevin Kiermaier, yikes. Kittredge, great. Loop, not as bad as it was. Tom Murphy still can't hit. John Birdie picked it up. Omar's on the IL, which hurts. Goodrum's okay. Brett Hand, gotcha. Culberson, yikes. McCutcheon, pretty good year. We'll take that on McCutcheon. Joey Wendell cooled off, but still a good year from Joey. Yastrzemski had a pretty decent year, although he got hurt, so we'll take that out of him. Carlos Martinez, yikes, why you in the majors? Slater, that's fine. Lamont, he picked up the average, but the home runs weren't there like I was hoping. Gavin Sheets with a lot of long balls. Probably led the team in home runs if I had to guess. And yeah, that's about it. I'm guessing that we are not going to be very high on a lot of these lists. Actually, on averages, surprisingly, we're in the middle of the pack. Not terrible. At bats, we're probably also near the middle of the pack, if I had to guess. Yeah, lower half, but not bad. Runs, I know we're low on runs. Actually, we scored a lot more runs than I thought. 13th, not bad. Hits, I keep going down the bottom, but you know, we're in the middle of the pack for most of these. Good. Doubles, we had a lot of doubles. Eighth isn't bad. Triples, we had a lot of triples too. Very good. Second place. Yeah, I was going to say I expected us to be down here for home runs. Gavin Sheets did lead our team. Other than that, yikes. Runs batted in, I'm not expecting us to be too high here. 13th, actually a lot higher than I thought. Stolen bases, we were high in. And overall, other than that, we had the best ERA, which was expected. That probably single-handedly carried us to the playoffs. We also had the second most complete games. First in shutouts. And we didn't have the most saves, and actually we didn't have a lot of saves, and we had 49, that's not terrible. Alrighty, so let's see how this team does in the playoffs. Game 1, yikes. Game 2, yikes. Game 3, and just like that we got swept out of the playoffs. Alrighty y'all, that's going to do it for today's video. I know I said a rebuild at the beginning of this, but more of what I meant was can they make the playoffs and win the World Series? And they can make the playoffs. They probably could win the World Series if you got better sim luck or just had better platoon guys. I really didn't have the best, but it wasn't the worst either. Anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just wanted to try something different, and I'll do longer rebuilds in the future and stuff if you guys would like to see that. Just let me know in the comments down below. Anyways guys, I will catch you in the next video. Peace out.